David Hertel in for Aaron and Natasha. Canada is preparing to welcome an unlimited number of Ukrainian refugees into the country. We'll be waiving most typical visa requirements, creating a new visa category, and more to allow them to enter the country. Let's get into that with the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, Marie-France Lalonde, who is also the Member of Parliament for Orléans in Ontario. Miss Lalonde, thank you so much for making the time this afternoon.
Well, you're welcome, and good day, David.
So, Orléans, right, that's just around Ottawa, right?
Yes. It's the eastern part of our wonderful national capital.
So you're next door. You're almost a Quebecer.
Oh, actually, I grew up in Gatineau.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah,
there you go.
Je crois qu'on parle français tous les deux, hein?
Oui, definitely the accent will give me away.
Well, really happy you could join us. So, if you could go over the announcement, Minister Fraser made the announcement yesterday. The Prime Minister discussed it today as well. So, what's the objective here? And what I'm trying to get at also is in terms of numbers. Do you have any idea what we're looking at in terms of Ukrainians coming to Canada?
Well, David, I think for the question actually, and being so open, I'll say. I think we're all horrified to see the President Putin's war on Ukraine. And when you think about this war, I would say it's a war on freedom, on our democracy, and certainly on the right of all Ukrainians. Mm-hmm. Important for your listener to understand, for more than a month, we've been priority processing permanent and temporary residence application for Ukrainians who wish to come to Canada, and those currently in Canada on a temporary basis can extend their stay. And these are announcements that we made a little earlier on in last month. And I think since January, we have welcomed more than 6,200 Ukrainians here in Canada. And indeed, yesterday, as you mentioned, Minister Fraser announced those new measures that will make it certainly easier and faster for Ukrainians who are fleeing the war to come to Canada as quickly and safely as possible. Through what we call the Canadian-Ukrainian Authorization for Emergency Travel, many normal visa requirements will be lifted, ensuring the fastest and the safest and the most efficient path forward. There's no limit of how many will be able to apply. There will still be a part of the exception of our visa requirements will be eliminated to the exception of the background and certainly the security screening. And those applications will be open in 2 weeks. And we also look forward to welcoming Ukrainians that are fleeing the war and will seek refuge here in Canada. We're also having a second stream, and that's going to be important other measure. Some family members of Canadian citizens and permanent residents may want to start a new life here in Canada. So we're working with the Ukrainian-Canadian community quickly implement a special family reunification sponsorship pathway for permanent residents. So doing both things, but the first one that's going to be open very shortly in 2 weeks is this new measure of Canada-Ukraine Authorization for Emergency Travel.
Well, I think, and talking to our callers this afternoon, and the general reaction is very positive to this announcement. But at the same time, Ms. Lalonde, I think there are questions about, okay, you say we've already welcomed around 6,200 Ukrainians to this point. We're seeing the refugee situation growing exponentially every day. You're seeing the situation in Poland and other bordering countries. There's clearly going to be a major refugee influx into Canada. I'm wondering, at the federal level, are you thinking about the resources that it will take, not only administratively to process these visa applications, but also in terms of the resources that we'll need on the ground at the municipal and provincial levels? Are you there yet?
Actually, it's another great question, David, because that allows me to say thank you to the government of Quebec.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, the government of Quebec stepped up and sort of raising their hand first and saying they want to be part of the Team Canada efforts of helping Ukrainians who choose to come here under this particular program with an open work permit for the next 2 years to come to Canada in Quebec. And we're very happy to see the government of Quebec. And I have to say thank you, and I encourage other provinces to do the same. So they will be contributing as a province in helping us achieve our goals in supporting Ukrainians to come to Canada. For those that choose, and let's not forget, we are seeing this massive exit, which makes sense because right now there's a war. And some people are fighting, and the women and the children are moving out. And I have to say, Mélanie Joly from our government has worked very closely with our partners. So there's lots of work being done. Not everybody will choose to come here, but for those that are choosing, as I said, the government of Quebec stepped up yesterday, and if I can say, I'll encourage other provinces to come to the table and working with us. And certainly Minister Fraser has a very good rapport with his counterpart in Quebec. So it was nice to see that quick decisions from Quebec. Merci beaucoup.
You're talking about other provinces. I mean, the Ukrainian community is spread out across Canada, especially in the western provinces, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, for instance. Are you talking with those provinces? Is there an opening? Are there discussions at this point?
Well, as I won't share any secrets. I think many
oh, come on.
Just like such as provincial governments have expressed a desire, and certainly the minister will be meeting with his counterparts as this is evolving. Certainly, like I say, my understanding is that several provinces are acknowledging the war in Ukraine, and certainly they want to be part of the Team Canada effort. So we will be working with every province and every partners that wants to come. And that's another important aspect, the generosity of Canadians. We made an announcement not too long ago that Red Cross would be matching up to 10, as a government, we would be matching every single donation up to 10 million. Well, guess what, David? We've already achieved our goal. This is amazing efforts, considering the past 2 years that we went through. This is bringing Canada together, and we want to help our Ukrainian partners. And that was another great achievement that we've seen.
Well, I can tell you Quebec is ready, Montreal is ready, Quebec City and other cities and towns are ready, so we're definitely going to do our part. Marie-France Lalonde, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
No, thank you very much, David. And again, thanks to all of you.